If your bank account keeps shrinking faster than your patience would hold music, you are in the right place, partner. If you have ever stared at your balance and thought, I swear I make decent money, where did it all go? This video is your financial crime scene investigation. Hey folks, you can just call me Cowboy, and I try to the best of my ability to give you tips and lessons that help you grow your own wealth. Get closer to financial freedom, or at least take some weight off your money stress. Today we are covering Stop Bleeding Cash. 3 moves to plug the leaks this month, and by the end of this video, you are going to know exactly where your money is sneaking out, how to shut it down, and how to redirect that cash toward your future instead of late fees and regret. Let us start with leak number 1, the silent subscription assassins that are bleeding you dry while you sleep. Here's the thing about subscriptions. They start out innocent. Maybe you sign up for a streaming service to watch one show, or a meal kit, because you were feeling adventurous on a Tuesday. Then 6 months later, you are paying for 7 different services you forgot about, and none of them are making your life better. They are just making your bank account lighter. The average American has over 15 active subscriptions at any given time, and most people can only name about half of them off the top of their head. That means there are subscriptions out there right now, quietly charging your card every month like a polite vampire that does not even knock before coming in. So here is your first action step, and it is going to feel like detective work. You need to audit every single recurring charge hitting your accounts. Grab your bank statement, your credit card statement, and any payment apps you use. Then go line by line looking for anything that says monthly, subscription, or auto-renew. Write down every single one, no matter how small, because $5 here and $10 there adds up to a car payment by the end of the year. You might find gym memberships you have not used since the Obama administration, apps you downloaded once and forgot, or services that seem like a good idea during a pandemic panic, but serve no purpose now. Once you have the list, ask yourself one simple question for each subscription. Am I actively using this, or is it using me? If you have not touched it in the last 30 days, cancel it, no guilt. No, maybe I will use it someday. Just cut it loose like dead weight on a sinking ship. Now, some of you are going to say, but Cowboy, what if I need it later? Here is the secret. Most subscription services will happily take you back the second you want to return. They are not holding grudges. They are holding your credit card number and waiting. The subscriptions you do keep, the ones you actually use and enjoy, put them on a calendar reminder so you review them every 6 months. That way, if your habits change or a service stops delivering value, you catch it before it becomes another year of wasted money. Here's the real power move. Take every dollar you free up from canceling subscriptions and immediately redirect it into a separate account labeled Reclaimed Cash. This is not money you get to blow on new stuff. This is proof that you are taking control, and it is the foundation for everything we are going to build coming up. Let me give you a quick example. If you cancel 3 subscriptions that were costing you $40 a month combined, that is $480 a year. That is a small emergency fund, a debt payment, or the start of an investment account, all from services you were not even using. The goal here is not to live like a hermit with no fun. The goal is to stop funding companies that are not adding real value to your life. You are not cutting joy. You are cutting waste, and there is a massive difference between the two. One more thing, watch out for the sneaky free trial trap where you sign up, forget to cancel, and suddenly you are locked into a yearly plan you did not mean to buy. Set phone reminders 2 days before any trial ends, or better yet, use a virtual card that expires so the charge cannot go through if you forget. The bottom line is this: your subscription should serve you, not quietly rob you while you are busy living your life. Coming up next, we are going after leak number 2. The convenient spending that turns your phone into a wallet-draining machine, and I'm going to show you how to tame it without feeling deprived. Stick with me, because by the time we plug all 3 leaks, your money will stop disappearing and start stacking, one smart move at a time. All right, you killed the subscriptions. Good work. Now let us go after leak number 2. And this one hurts because it feels so easy in the moment. I'm talking about convenient spending, the kind where you tap your phone, swipe your card, and boom, $30 just evaporated for food you could have made at home for $6. Convenient spending is not evil, but it is sneaky, and it adds up faster than a bad hair day turns into a bad hair week. We are talking food delivery, coffee runs, impulse buys on apps, last-minute errands where you grab just a few things and walk out $50 lighter. Here's the trap. Each individual purchase feels harmless. It is just $10 here, $15 there, so your brain does not register the alarm. But when you add it up over a month, you might be bleeding $300 to $500 without even realizing you were in a fight. The big offender is food delivery. Those apps are designed like a casino, bright colors, one-tap checkout, and a little dopamine hit when your burger shows up at the door. But that $12 burger just cost you $22 after fees, tip, and delivery, and you did not even leave your couch to earn that premium. So here is your action step for this week. Track your convenience spending for 1 full week. No judgment, just awareness. Every time you order out, grab coffee or impulse buy something because it was fast. Write it down or snap a pic of the receipt. At the end of the week, add it all up. And I promise you will have a moment where you stare at the number and think, I spent how much on what? That moment is gold because now you have data, and data beats guilt every single time. Once you see the real number, set a weekly limit for convenience spending. Maybe it is $50. Maybe it is $75. Pick something realistic but firm. The goal is not to never enjoy takeout again. The goal is to make it intentional instead of automatic. Here is a pro move. If you know you are tempted to order delivery on a lazy Wednesday night, plan for it, budget it, and own it. But the other 6 nights, you cook, you meal prep on Sunday, or you eat leftovers like an adult who wants to retire someday. Another big win, delete the food delivery app from your phone, or at least log out so you have to manually log back in every time. That tiny bit of friction, having to type in your password, is enough to make your brain pause and ask, do I really need this? Or am I just bored? Same thing with impulse shopping. If you see something online and feel that itch to buy, put it in your cart and walk away for 24 hours. If you still want it tomorrow and it fits your budget, fine. But most of the time that itch fades faster than a New Year's gym membership. The beauty of cutting convenience spending is that it does not feel like you are sacrificing quality of life. You are just being smarter about when and how you spend. You can still treat yourself. You are just not treating yourself 7 days a week like every day is your birthday. Let me put this in American terms. If you cut your convenience spending by $200 a month, that is $2,400 a year. That is a vacation, a new transmission for your truck, or 3 months of your car payment, all funded by saying no thanks to delivery fees. The bottom line is this: convenience is expensive, and companies are counting on you being too tired or too lazy to notice. Prove them wrong. Coming up next, we are tackling leak number 3, the biggest one of all: what to do with the money you just freed up so it does not disappear into the void. Stay with me, because this is where you stop plugging leaks and start building something that lasts. All right, you canceled the subscriptions, you tamed the takeout beast. Now comes the moment of truth. What do you actually do with the money you just freed up? Because here is the dirty little secret nobody tells you. If you do not give that reclaimed cash a job, it will vanish faster than free pizza at a little league game. Drop a comment if this sounds familiar. You cut spending last month, felt good about it, and then somehow ended the month with the same $0 you always have. This is leak number 3. The biggest one, and it is called no plan, which is basically the financial equivalent of driving cross-country without a map and hoping you end up somewhere good. Most people plug the other leaks, feel proud for about 5 minutes, and then watch that extra money drift into random purchases like a tumbleweed in the wind. You need a system, not just good intentions, because good intentions are about as useful as a chocolate teapot in August. So here's what we are building. 3 simple buckets that every dollar you save is going to flow into automatically, like a well-designed irrigation system for your wallet. Bucket 1 is your emergency fund, the boring, unglamorous pile of cash that sits there doing nothing until your transmission explodes or your roof starts leaking like a sieve. This is not investment money. This is not vacation money. This is my life just went sideways, and I am not begging my brother-in-law for loan money. Start with a goal of $1,000. Just to get you off the financial edge, where one flat tire sends you into a panic spiral. Then build it up to 1 month of expenses, then 3 months, then 6. You do not need to hit 6 months tomorrow. You just need to start stacking bills like pancakes at a diner. Comment flat tire panic if you have ever had a surprise expense hit and thought, why did I not prepare for this? Because that is exactly why Bucket 1 exists. If you have ever felt that pit in your stomach when an unexpected bill shows up, make sure you subscribe before you spend another dollar on stuff you will forget about by next Tuesday. Bucket 2 is debt destruction, and if you have credit card debt, student loans, or car payments eating your paycheck like a termite in a lumber yard, this bucket gets priority after your baby emergency fund. Use the extra money you freed up from plugging leaks and aim it like a heat-seeking missile at your smallest debt first. Knock it out. Then roll that payment into the next debt and keep the snowball rolling downhill. Debt is the enemy of wealth. It is like trying to fill a bathtub while the drain is wide open and someone is standing there with a bucket scooping water out just to mess with you. Plug the drain first, kick that guy out of your bathroom, then you can fill the tub. Bucket 3 is your future fund, and this is where things get fun, because this is investment money, retirement contributions, or savings for something big like a down payment on a house that does not require you selling a kidney. Once your emergency fund is solid and your high-interest debt is gone, you can start feeding this bucket and watching your money grow instead of just sitting there like a lawn ornament. Now, here is how you make this automatic, because if you rely on willpower, you will fail faster than a New Year's resolution at a Super Bowl party. Set up automatic transfers on payday. Money goes from your checking account straight into these 3 buckets before you even have a chance to look at it and think, I could really use a new grill. Let me know in the comments if you know exactly what happens when you leave money sitting in checking, because it disappears like socks in a dryer. Pay yourself first, not last, because if you wait until the end of the month to see what is left over, there will be nothing left except regret, crumbs, and maybe a half-eaten bag of chips. Treat this like a bill you cannot skip, because it is a bill to your future self, and that version of you is watching like a hawk. Let me give you a real example, so this does not sound like Fantasyland. Say you freed up $200 a month from plugging subscriptions and cutting convenience spending. You could split it like this: $100 to your emergency fund until you hit your goal, $50 to debt, and $50 to investments. That is $2,400 a year going toward your future instead of disappearing into the void. In 5 years, that is $12,000. And if you invest part of it, compound interest starts doing the heavy lifting while you sleep like a baby with a full belly. The goal is not perfection. The goal is progress, and progress happens when you stop hoping money will magically pile up and start forcing it to behave. Coming up next, we are going to talk about the mindset shift that makes all of this stick. Because tactics without the right mindset is like a monster truck without gas. It looks cool, but it is not going anywhere. Stay locked in, because this is where everything clicks and you finally stop feeling like money is in charge of you. You have plugged the subscriptions. You have slapped down the convenience spending. You have given your extra cash 3 solid jobs. Now here is the bad news. You can still blow it. Not because you are dumb, but because your brain has been trained for decades to treat money like a hot wing at a tailgate. If it is in front of you, it disappears. Hey, it is Cowboy again. And this part is where we stop just talking tactics and start rewiring how you think about money so you do not drift back into the same old mess. If you have ever said, I know what to do, I just do not do it, congratulations. You do not have a math problem. You have a mindset problem, and that is fixable. First big shift, you have to stop thinking of yourself as bad with money. That little line sounds harmless, but it is like handing your future over to every bank, lender, and subscription company in the country and saying, yep, just take what you want. Instead, think of yourself as someone who is learning, late maybe, but learning. There is nothing more American than a comeback story. You are not behind. You are just starting your next chapter, and the only people who never win are the ones who quit. Second shift, you have to start talking to yourself like a coach, not a drill sergeant. Every time you mess up, blow the budget, or impulse buy something dumb, your brain wants to yell, see, you are hopeless, but that just guarantees you keep repeating it. Instead, talk to yourself like you would talk to a friend. All right, that was dumb, but now we know. Next time we do it different. Comment money reboot if you are tired of beating yourself up every time you open your banking app. Third shift, You have to stop chasing perfect and start chasing better. Perfection is a trap. It is like waiting to go to the gym until you can bench press a truck. You never start. Money works the same way. People say, I will start investing when I know more. I will budget when life calms down. I will save when I make more. And 10 years vanish like smoke at a barbecue. Your job is not to be perfect. Your job is to be slightly less chaotic this month than you were last month. If you are waiting for a sign to get serious about this video is the sign. There is no money fairy coming to do this for you. If you have ever laughed at your bank account to avoid crying, hit subscribe before you talk yourself into ignoring this for another year. Fourth shift, you need to separate your self-worth from your net worth. You are not your credit score. You are not your debt. You are not the number in your checking account on a random Tuesday. Those are just stats, and stats can change. Smart people make dumb money moves all the time, not because they are idiots, but because money is emotional, tied up with shame, fear, ego, and stress. The more you can say, yeah, I messed up, but I'm fixing it, the faster you move from stuck to in control. Fifth shift, adopt a builder brain. You are not just surviving anymore. You are constructing something. When you cancel a subscription, cook at home, or move money into your buckets, do not say, I am cutting back. Say, I am building my freedom stack. Try this for 1 week. Every time you make a good money move, say out loud, that is a brick in my freedom wall. It sounds cheesy, but it trains your brain to link discipline with pride instead of with punishment. Here's the last piece, and it is big. Do not do this alone. Talk to your spouse, your kids, your friends, not in a lecture them way, but in a we are building something together way. Comment your age and one money habit you are trying to change right now, because you are not the only one in your 40s or 50s figuring this out on the fly. You will be shocked how many people are right where you are, tired of feeling behind, and finally ready to grab the wheel. In part 5, we are going to pull this all together, show you what your life can look like if you actually stick with this for a year, and give you one last push to stay on the trail. This is where we go from I should to I did, and your future self is going to want front row seats for that. All right, you made it to the final stretch. And if you have been following along, you now know exactly where your money is leaking and how to plug it. But knowing is not the same as doing. So let me paint you a picture of what your life looks like 1 year from now if you actually stick with this stuff. Picture this. It is 1 year from today. You check your bank account, and instead of feeling that sinking pit in your stomach, you smile. You have got $1,000 sitting in your emergency fund, maybe more. And when your water heater decides to die on a Saturday morning, you do not panic. You just pay for it and move on with your weekend. That credit card that used to haunt you every time you open your wallet is either gone or way smaller, and you are no longer just making minimum payments and praying. You are crushing it, one extra payment at a time, and every month that balance drops, you feel a little bit more like you are winning instead of drowning. Your subscriptions, the ones that used to quietly rob you while you slept, they are gone, dead, canceled, and that $40 to $60 a month is now sitting in your investment account growing quietly. You are not missing them because you realize half of them were just digital clutter taking up space in your life and your budget. Drop a comment if you have ever felt that weird relief when you finally cancel something you forgot you were even paying for. You have stopped treating convenience like a personality trait. You meal prep on Sundays now, not because you love it, but because you love the $200 a month it saves you more. Your coworkers still order DoorDash every day, and you just smile, pack your lunch, and quietly stack another $50 into your freedom fund while they wonder where their paycheck went. If the idea of actually having money left over at the end of the month sounds like science fiction, make sure you subscribe before you forget and drift back into the same broke cycle you have been running for the last decade. Your relationship with money is different now. You do not avoid looking at your accounts anymore. You check them like a coach checking the scoreboard. You know where you stand. You know where you are going. And you have got a plan. Not a perfect plan, but a plan that is working. You have stopped beating yourself up every time you slip because you understand now that progress is not a straight line. It is a messy zigzag that trends upward if you keep showing up. Comment zigzag progress if you have ever felt like you take 2 steps forward and 1 step back, but you are still moving. Your family notices the difference, not because you are preaching at them, but because you are calmer, less stressed, and not snapping every time an unexpected bill shows up. Your kids are watching, your spouse is watching, and whether you realize it or not, you are teaching them that financial freedom is not about being rich, it is about being in control. Here's the kicker. You are not just surviving anymore, you are building something. That little stack of savings, that shrinking debt, that growing investment account, those are not just numbers. Those are bricks in your freedom wall, and every month you are adding more. In 5 years, if you keep this up, you will look back and barely recognize the person you were today. You will have options, breathing room, and the ability to say no to things that do not serve you, because your money is finally working for you instead of the other way around. But none of that happens if you treat this video like entertainment and do nothing. You have got to take one action today. Cancel one subscription, set up one automatic transfer, cook one meal at home instead of ordering out. Just one move to prove to yourself that you are serious. If you have made it this far and you are finally ready to stop letting money control your life, hit that subscribe button before you close this video and lose the momentum, because future you is counting on today you to not screw this up. Comment one move today and tell me what your first action is going to be, because accountability works and this community is rooting for you. You've got this, partner. Now go plug those leaks and build that freedom stack, one smart decision at a time.